Hey y'all, it's Jess from Sunflower Dairy out here in the greenhouse today. As you can see, there's a jungle in the greenhouse and eggplants are growing like crazy in here. Also, there's quite a few tomatoes. Let me go see if I can find one for you real quick. Tomatoes. And I think there's quite a few. Oh, we've got a flower in here. Dahlia. All kinds of stuff growing. There's cucamelons in here. Everything's just a crazy jungle in here. Check out that cucamelon. And then also, I believe there's quite a few teaspoon tomatoes over here. This side of the garden bed was all the way growing under all the plant tables, so I had to trim this side because I couldn't even get back here. Yeah, check out those teaspoon tomatoes. They're just growing like crazy. They are covered on this plant. And like I said, I had to completely trim this whole side over here because it was just going crazy. And can you believe that there's only 4 tomato plants in here? Like that whole top up there. Look at all that. That looks like 10, 15 tomato plants up there. And most of that's only from one tomato. And that's the teaspoon tomatoes. And they're just growing like crazy. They truly grow like a vine. But these are just covered all over this thing. And also, let's see if I have any. Nope, none of those yet. I also have some white eggplants in here. But I've had a little bit of trouble with, you wouldn't believe this, but a chipmunk has decided that he really likes eggplants. So that's something that has been kind of crazy in here. So I've been trying to get to the eggplants before the chipmunk does. So that's been a bit crazy. But I think there's a few peppers growing in here as well. Oh yeah, there's quite a few little baby peppers in here. But overall, the greenhouse is just doing great. I cannot believe how huge these plants are compared to outside. Like, these are literally like probably 8 times as big as my outdoor plants. Especially these eggplants. This garden bed is probably about 2 foot tall. So these plants have got to be like, oh, I don't know, at least 4 foot tall. These have to be at least 4 foot tall, I would say. Yeah, definitely, I would say so. Look at, yeah, those are super crazy huge. I've never had eggplants that big. Probably the tallest I've ever had plants is about that tall. So the fact that these, I mean, this and then, look at, those are huge. So I can definitely say that growing in a greenhouse is definitely worth it. I definitely think that if you're considering growing in a greenhouse, that's definitely something that you want to do, especially if you want the season extension, because I think that this is definitely going to have the season last a lot longer for me, especially after we get that frost. As long as I keep this greenhouse closed up, it should keep the heat in pretty well. And especially during the day when the sun is out, it usually, if it's really cold, usually if I have everything closed up, this greenhouse keeps the heat in pretty well. The only thing is, like at nighttime, it will cool down a little bit, but it stays quite a few degrees higher in here than outside at nighttime when the sun's not shining. So I really think that it's worth it to be grown in a greenhouse. So I'm going to let these summer crops grow as long as they will until they start dying back from the cold weather, all these warm weather crops. And then I'll go ahead and plant cold weather crops so that I can have cold weather crops grown in here all winter long. Like I'm going to have lettuces, spinaches, kale, Swiss chard, all of that kind of stuff grown in here. So that's my plan. But I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.